Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy, it's your homie, it's the one and only Poetic Lamar, man. I'm back with another deep dive, man. And we got the red clay strays, people hating. Yeah. This is what put y'all on to me, and this is what put me on to the red clay strays. So it was only right that I come and do a deep dive into the lyrics of people hating. With all that being said, though, I am going to start things really with just some more prevalent news, and that's on the government ending the shutdown today. So, or hopefully ending as of once Wednesday roll around, it's passed through the Senate, and hopefully we can get things officially back open. Right, Congress? Let's just make sure that we do our part and get things rolling in the right direction. Um, Definitely wanted to talk about that because the government is shut down. I know a lot of veterans. Matter of fact, happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans, right? Man, what a better way, what better gift can you give to the people who fought for this country than to restore the benefits that were being taken away uh from this government, man. And this just always baffles me. Anytime the government shuts down or threatens to shut down, I'm like, how can such an entity exist and continuously have so much turmoil? This is by far one of the worst corporations ever. Right, America, the government body is one of the worst run corporations ever, and it's been that way for a very long time. Um, Honestly, so and to speak on that, that's gonna lead me right into the lyrics, man. We're gonna start things off with people hating, as I just said. So the lyric starts off this way: I was a little boy, my mama told me better keep my politics to me. Never really bought the things they sold me, but now I'm starting to believe, seeing everybody going crazy. Every time they go and disagree, this animosity has got me thinking we could all use some harmony. And I say all that to say, as I was just speaking on politics, I didn't use nothing that was personal, saying the left, the right, Democrat, Republican. Honestly, if you watch my older videos, you know I don't really stand on either side. But even if I did, I wouldn't view you a certain way. Like, I don't really judge people based off of what side of the aisle you stand on. I judge you based off of how you treat me and how you treat others, right? And the things that we say and the actions that we take. That's what I judge you off of. But so many things now is wrapped up into politics. And I say that because so many people are moved by these political figures, by these political icons, right? And it's just, I remember a time growing up to where politics wasn't the daily talk um of the office, right? Why are we discussing politics in the office space, right? We're not debating politics. We're not talking about social studies right now. Like this has no need for politics to come up, but like it's such a common conversation, and because it's such a common conversation, and certain politics can become very how do a certain politics can become very divisive, like meaning like it's meant to like divide certain things, especially if I'm like, okay, I'm for abortion, and you're like, I'm against abortion, and I'm against abortion to my core. I'm like, okay, I don't like you, and I also treat you a certain way because of that, right? So it's so many things that politics tends to divide, or they want you to view people a certain way based on what their beliefs are. I come from a standpoint to where I'm really like the Red Clay Strays. I'm like, look, whatever you believe, whatever you subscribe to, that's on you. The same way with religion, as long as it ain't preaching or practicing hate, you know what I'm saying? Then do whatever you want. You feel me? As far as like what you are imitating or what you're doing, like I can say I'm a Christian, but I don't believe in burning all the gay people. Like that's like it's certain things that like yeah I may align with the overall concept that God Jesus exists, But like there's certain things that I just don't align with. And that just goes to like politics. I really feel like, and that's why I don't judge everybody based on what politics they believe in. Like I believe if you're doing that, then you're doing a disservice to those actual people. Because whether you fall on the left or you fall on the right, at the end of the day, when you die, they won't say that you was a Democrat or that you were a Republican. They would say you were a mother, a father, a son, a sister. You know, somebody loved you, and they didn't love you because of your politics. They love you because of who you are as a person, the things that you believed in. As far as like, did you speak up for the innocent? Did you fight for the weak? Right? Like, who are you as a person? Right? What do you believe in? Right? And so that's what I believe that meant. Like, it's just the last thing we need to be talking about is whether you voted for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Like, that's the last thing that we need to be talking about in our daily lives. Like, that doesn't matter who you voted for. It's it's private for a reason. And like, I wish that we did bring back some of that anonymity and anonymously voting. You know what I'm saying? Like, to where what things wasn't so publicized. Like, social media makes everything like such a big thing, and everything's always blown out of proportion, and depending on your algorithm, you'll always see things that either negatively feed into your ideology or positively feed into your ideology, right? So people that are constantly like saying, yeah, you should hate the left, you should hate the right, or people saying that, yeah, you should continue to believe that these people are bad or these people are evil, right? And that's the worst part about today and into like living in today's society, in my humble opinion, and that's just what that is. And so the next stanza, which is the hook, he goes in and say, hey, people hating, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm sick of waiting. All this arguing is aggravating. Hey, you people hating, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm so sick of waiting. All this arguing is getting aggravating. Like, all I hear is arguing. Like, I had to disconnect from social media. Things got so bad, especially, and this happened after the Charlie Kirk situation. Things got so bad after the Charlie Kirk situation that so many comments were being shown to me or filtered to me. I was just looking at, and I was like starting to get a certain view about like certain people, and I was like, that's exactly what I don't want to have, because I don't want to believe that everybody that you know was for or that was against Charlie have these same beliefs or these same opinions. This small group of people don't represent the entire collective. And that's what social media will have it framed as if this small sample size that you're seeing represents the entire collective. And that's not true. That's not the case. And it was like 2 days after that, man, I've been off social media ever since. Like, I completely disconnected. Like, it was consuming me. The energy that I was getting from that was just not positive. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I have to make a change in my life. And that was one of the first changes that I made. I'm so happy that I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mentally have been in such a better place just from eliminating social media. Like, you don't realize how much social media have a like impacts your daily life until like you're not on it and you're like, oh, I have so much additional free time. Like, just me scrolling on like just random bullshit, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I even looking at this? Like, it has nothing to do with nothing I'm really interested in. Before you know, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of like invested into this now. Like, but that's, to me, that's what social media does, right? And the good and the bad. There's some things that I was like, the hurricane in Jamaica, I had no idea what was going on, and my boss had just was like on his vacation with his wife in Jamaica, and I go to work that Monday, I believe, and a certain time comes around, I'm like, hey, where's boss? And he was like, you don't know? I was like, no, I don't have. I don't. I'm not talking to him or anything. I haven't spoken with him or anything. And was like, there's a hurricane in Jamaica right now. I was like, what? Okay, what kind? Or like, is it bad? It's a category 5. I was like, I went through Hurricane Katrina, which was a category 5. when I was a child, and I am still traumatized from that experience. So I say all that to say, like, bro, if I was on social media, I probably would have known about this freaking natural disaster that millions of people are being impacted, and even somebody I got love for, like, this is my boss. You feel me? Like, he's been a great person, a great human, a great man, and I'm like, oh, this is happening to him and in his life. I have no idea what's going on. Like, I literally, when he came back, bro, I just had a heart to heart with him, and I was like, bro, man, I'm happy that you and your wife back over here. You feel me? Your kids, because like as a man that have kids, that's the first thing I immediately thought of, bro. And he was like, man, it just put me in such a perspective. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. I'm just running it, my bad. But yeah, man, it's just one of those things that like you really just have to take a step back from that. I believe everybody should do a fast, if nothing else, from social media, and I promise you'll notice significant changes in your life. That's just me personally. Try it. Yeah, and he proceeds to they proceed to go on. I'm sick of people turning on their neighbors. I'm sick of people dying in the street. Everybody giving into anger. That's not the way things ought to be. And I couldn't agree with him more. There's so many things going wrong in this world. There's so many things going on in this world that the last thing that we need is division, right? And all anger has never led to anything positive. It has never led to anything positive. If you feed something with negative energy, it's only going to grow into more negative energy. Somebody has to come along and say, okay, let me add some positive into this situation in order for things to change and in order for things to take a different look. And that's what happened today with the shutdown. I honestly believe somebody came into it and was like, look, I know people have been trying, but let's just come together and work together more. Like, really try to do what's best for the American people. And they finally freaking did that. Like, and it just baffles me how we have all these people that's making all these decisions on behalf of us that really don't give a damn about us. And that's just my God honest opinion. Um, and that's just my view on politics. I could care less politically what you believe in because these people don't give a damn about you and who you are. That's just my opinion. And it's just there's so many other things that we can worry about. Like I live like on the outskirts of Dallas, and I work. And I drive when I drive into Dallas, all I see is homeless people on the side of the road. Like I saw a lady taking a piss on the side, like literally in downtown, and I was like, "What the hell?" When I was living in Oregon, and I was seeing all that, like literally in Portland, like Portland is crazy, Eugene is crazy. Like I'm like, these people have full time jobs and can't afford to live in something this size in a studio apartment because housing is so outrageous, right? Income is so disproportionate, right? The lower half, the way that the income is structured, like things are there's so many other major problems that we need to address. The benefits that we don't provide to our veterans, the struggle that they have to go through after fighting for our country. These are things that we have to address, but yet we're so worried about what side of the political side you fall on, whether you're a Democrat or you're a Republican. I don't give a damn about that. I care about you as a person, as a human, because I have kids. And I would hope that somebody would give a damn enough about my kids that are like, okay, let me take myself out of the equation. And what would not only be best for me, but what will be best for the collective of people, right? And I feel like that's what's gonna progress us forward when we stop thinking of self and we think of others, our neighbor. And that just goes into that. Maybe we should try to mind our business. Maybe we should turn the other cheek. The only way for us to ever end this is loving unconditionally. You have to love your neighbor. Going back to go to the golden rule. Treat others how you wish to be treated. You understand what I'm saying? And we have to give each other grace, guys. We all going through things. We're all dealing with things in our personal life that we have to address and deal with the people that don't see or don't know. So you don't know what's going on in Tim's life or in Jacob's life or Rebecca or Sarah or Susie or Deontay or Salika or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you just don't know what's going on in these people's lives, and like we're so quick to judge other people for their circumstances of where we see them visually at, and we don't know their story. Like you don't know their story. You don't fully know my story. You know bits and pieces, but you don't know everything that makes me me or how I got to this point. The decisions that I made, the actions that I took. You don't know that. And maybe if you did, maybe you would give me some more grace. And all I'm saying is, even though you don't know that, approach it as if you do and give me that grace. You understand what I'm saying? And that's all I'm trying to say. Like, we need to give each other more grace. We have to be kinder and nicer to one another, man. We just have to. We have to. We can't continue on this path that we're on. Otherwise, it's gonna lead to self destruction. You know what I'm saying? And I want my daughters to grow up in a world to where that it accepts everyone, that it embraces all walks of life, and that it's kind to everyone. It treats everybody fairly, it treats everybody just, right? That's the ideal world that I want to have for my kids. That's the world that they deserve. That's the type of world that I want for your kids, right? And that's just me, not only as a father, but me as a person. That's what I would like to have, you know? And so that's what it is. And so he follows it up with the chorus a few more times. Hey, people hating, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm sick of waiting. All this arguing is aggravating. Hey, you people hating, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm so sick of waiting. All this arguing gets aggravating. Oh, you know love is the only way. We got to learn to love those that we hate. Oh, wee. That's all I was just saying. If you gave a person more grace, you'll understand and have more compassion, more empathy for these people. You understand what I'm saying? Because we are some of the decisions and choices that we've made throughout our life. That's what we are now. You know, good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. And you don't know my story. And even if you didn't walk in my shoes while living in this. So you can't say that even though you can say on the outside you would have made different decisions or different, taken different actions, but you haven't lived my life. So you don't know what you would have done, you know? And so that's just one of those things where giving each other grace. We have to give grace. And that's just the motto of this, man. Give your neighbor grace. That's all I can say. Man, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this breakdown and this deep dive into the lyrics of people hating from the Red Clay Strays. With all that being said, we're going to end it the same as we always do. Stay humble, stay blessed, stay safe. And if you do nothing else for the rest of 2025, man, you know what it is for me. Come on now. Stay out the way, guys. Later. Yeah! Real talk.